There we are. Oh, live from most people's basements. Listen, I'm surprised this show's even happening today. We'll get to that later on this episode of Geek Show. Oh my God. Hi everybody.
Hi. Did it.
Hello.
You may have noticed that we if you're watching on YouTube, that is, you may have noticed that we have some MIAs. The MIAs are everyone.
What happened?
I don't.
It's like we're on a big wooden orifice boat, and we set sail, and we hit several things.
And
right
people
off
just
the
fell
bat.
off the boat. They just fell right off.
But our returning champions are Egg Foo, everybody, the legendary
Yay.
Egg Foo.
Hey, thanks for having me.
God damn it, Sarah is here.
Hello.
and Excitable James is here as well.
Woo!
And I am your host. I'm Kerry Jackson. Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, x96.com. 6 to 10 a.m. Mountain Time. All right. Let's do a couple of stories, and then I'll explain what's going on today, shall we? All right. Who watched the Marvels trailer this week?
Oh, I did.
I hope you all did, yes. Because, some of the panelists are avoiding things like that. I don't know.
Why?
They don't want to be. They don't want spoilers. They say.
Yeah, but it's like dopamine happiness that you can just inject into your bloodstream.
No, I get it. I often avoid trailers, and I didn't see this one on purpose, but I will not watch trailers because I don't want to know anything about it.
You see, you're one of them, Sarah.
I am. I'm so very sorry.
Yeah, I need that little, IV drip. I need it.
Yeah.
I need it plugged
There's not
in
many
every now
good
and then.
surprises after you turn 30. Most surprises are
true.
just something broke, somebody, died.
Your house caught on
you
fire.
Inherited
Or your house
animal
catches-
that you don't really like. Yeah, or your house catches on fire.
James, for a young man, you're very wise right now.
Oh,
I'm proud of my son. So you had Brie Larson as Carol Danvers, a.k.a. Captain Marvel. Gets her powers entangled with... I hope I don't ruin this for you, Sarah. Gets her powers entangled with those fellow heroes Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan in the second trailer for the Marvels. So it kind of gives us clues. Because their powers are light-based, their powers are their places are getting mixed up. When they use their powers, they switch places. So I guess Captain Marvel will be out, in the universe saving the world. And if Kamala uses her powers, then boom, she gets swapped out into the universe. And she's not Captain Marvel, so she can't breathe in space, and that could be a problem.
They're quantumly entangled.
Thank you, Egg.
Way of putting it.
So the official trailer gives us some more clues as to why they have to work together as a team up, as Kamala is very excited about. The arch-villain is Dar Ben, played by Zawe Ashton. She has secured a powerful bracelet, which, right, Egg, looks like the matching one
Yep.
to
Looks like Kamala's.
to Ms. Marvel's.
Oh.
Because Ms. Marvel only has the one bracelet. We didn't know where the other one was because, usually bracelets come in matching pairs. And so that's part of the deal.
Interesting. Okay.
So anytime one of the superhero trio uses their powers, they swap locations with one another, and chaos ensues. It was a really good-looking trailer, I thought. Fine use of the Beastie Boys once again. I always appreciate that. But it is directed by Nia DaCosta, who directed Candyman, which was really good if you didn't see it.
I have a quick question. I haven't really been keeping up with Marvel movies as religiously as I should have. I actually just barely hopped on the Star Trek bandwagon of Strange New Worlds.
Oh,
Um,
welcome
Another
to
one.
church.
what
Welcome
with
to
the
church.
10 Rings and the Miss Marvel, is this phase mainly jewelry based, or
Yeah, sure.
are they gonna, 'cause I'm pretty sure there was a talisman or something in Moon Knight. Maybe that was emotional damage.
Oh.
I like your theory, and I want to subscribe to your newsletter. I think that
Thank you. I'm excited for the nipple piercings to come in.
Yeah, that'll
I
happen.
submit myself as
Oh,
tribute
boy.
if they
Oh,
need a
boy.
test subject.
if anyone's going to get their nipples pierced, it's Kang. That's my guess. But anyway, but
I would
Marvel's
see that.
Marvel's arrives in theaters on November 10th. So go and watch that. Let's see. Mr. Big Irv says, the thing I hate about some trailers is they are only teasers and some of the content isn't even in the movie. Well, in the theatrical
I
version.
love it when they do that.
Yeah, I love it because it's like a card trick. They fool you.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they deep fake somebody's face out of there or something, right, to make you.
Let's see. We also got to look at season 4 of Harley Quinn this week. Was another trailer for that, and this was the best news that we got. It showed up at San Diego Comic-Con, which is happening right now, which is why we won't have a lot of news, but because it's breaking as we're doing the show. But we got a sneak peek at the 4th season. It's going to be released on your HBO Max. I refuse to drop the HBO. Just going to continue.
It's HBO. It's not TV.
Yeah, exactly. But here's what the showrunner Justin Halpin and Patrick Schumacher had to say. This show has already disabused the notions of fans who dream of a Harley-Joker romance. Harley and Ivy will never break up in the series as long as we are in charge of the show, as long as we have a say.
Thank goodness.
Exactly. But that's coming sooner. That's this week. It arrives on Max, July 27th.
They're the relationship that we need. We had Jim and Pam, but NBC took that away from us. And,
Exactly. I feel the same way. All right. We'll continue the news in a moment. First, some housekeeping. All right. As you may have noticed, the entire panel is not here. It's been a week for the Geek Show panelists, I got to say. I will start by saying I was in a federal trial as a witness all week.
Whee!
Okay, so that's how we start.
That's why you're on Twitter so late.
That's why, exactly. You noticed, thank you.
I noticed.
Let's see, then it was Tony and Lee both told us that they were going to take these days off. Because they had Tony's got a family trip going and Lee's got a business trip going. So we knew that. Just late last night, and so I prepped a show around Rebecca and Jay. I'm like, okay, we'll have the 2 full-time panelists. We'll have some guests coming in as well. Prep the show around them. Then we find out late last night that Rebecca's, we shouldn't say her house burned down. The house next door to her burned down, and because of that, the flames jumped over and did an awful lot of damage to her house. And so we found out about that late last night. And
she didn't start the fire.
She didn't, no.
She did not.
It was these assholes next door to her who didn't put away their ash holes, excuse me, because they didn't put their
Which
ashes
is insane
away.
Because in the city, I want to say 2 cities south of her, like a house blew up the same day because of a bunch of like arms and stuff that were discovered. I want to say it was the exact same. I read it in the same article and I thought that was it. So I'm like, jeez. Oh my gosh, taking Oppenheimer so seriously.
I think you're talking about the guy who was convicted this week.
Oh, maybe he was
all the bombs in his
convicted.
house. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because all I saw was just like a house and then a not house next door. Just,
Not missing house. Yeah.
yeah. A house that
Not
went
to
to
talk
calamity.
about the irony of her situation, but she did find out immediately after getting out of Oppenheimer, which is
She came home from
something.
Oppenheimer and went, oh, my house is...
serendipitous in a bad way, maybe.
The emotional damage from that movie carried out in physical damage
In real life.
Exactly. And I so
mortal
wanted
plane.
to talk with her about Barbie this week. This was
You can talk to me about it.
that was practically the show I had planned. I wanted to hear her just gush about Barbie. We'll talk about.
We're gonna mute you all, and then she and I were just gonna talk about Barbie.
That's what's going to be. You two were going to go back and forth about Barbie. I was so excited to hear that. But anyway, so then we found that out. And then this morning we found out that Jay had a family emergency that he had to handle. So between all of that, were I a paranoid person, I would think someone's trying to destroy this show. But
Who's watching the Geek Show?
Yeah, exactly.
Who watches the Geekshow?
So I
You need to
just
get like little pins.
it just everything is happening this week, and so
Harry, what's the bad thing? I guess you are in a federal trial, but you're still here. I'm waiting for the bad thing to happen to you now.
Well, no, that's the only good part is
Okay.
that I got out of it. I was dismissed as a witness
Oh,
by
you
the judge
were.
after my testimony. Tell you what, In the Patreon thing afterward, I'll talk about that if you guys want to know. I'll tell you
right,
the
yeah.
details and everything.
Federal
Absolutely
info
want to know
coming
this.
onto Patreon.
So there's another reason that you need to be a member of our Patreon. It's geekshowgotthiscovered.com is a link directly to it, and that's for our Patreon subscribers exclusively. Okay, more housekeeping. I'm hoping everybody will be back next week. Well, at least most of them. Wait, Lee? No, Lee and Tony will be gone again next week. All right, we'll figure it out. Anyway, the other bit of housekeeping we need to take care of is Geekshow, in conjunction with the Space Show, presents Wrath of Khan on the 12th of August. The reason this is exciting is because Rebecca has not seen Wrath of Khan, and she is new. She is new to the Church of Trek, and we're going to be showing the director's cut of Wrath of Khan at Broovies. So that's our Saturday matinee on the 12th of August. Doors at 11:30. The pod will start at noon, and the movie will start at 1. It's pay what you want. And we're going to have, speaking of a certain fashion doll, some exclusive merchandise available.
Exciting.
I
All I
love
can
this
say.
literal new generation of Star Trek that you've
Infected Rebecca with, and now
know,
James
right?
is infected.
It's
I'm-
itchy.
It's gonna be me
It
next.
costs me time and money, and there's no ointment to cure it other than a strong screaming service.
You'll all be members of the cult soon.
Dude, Pike is so good. Kirk is not what I was expecting, but he's so good. His strong jawline could cut glass.
I know,
If you
right?
just
And the
mind
nose.
melded Kirk and Pike together.
Very Bruce Campbell. Very
Now
young
I'm
Bruce
curious,
Campbell.
James. Are you intentionally doing your hair like Pike?
Ooh,
Irrelevant.
You're getting close there.
I like
Dude, you noticed. You're the only person in my life to say that.
Oh, you did that on purpose.
Yeah, dude. Like,
It looks
if I
good.
could,
Yeah.
you just
I
have
wish I
that
had
progressing hairline. You know what I'm saying?
Dr. Paul, I appreciate that joke. I don't know if anyone else is old enough to get that joke, but who has the Brady Bunch amulet among the Geek Show panelists? That's a
That's
tiki
from
reference.
the movie.
All right. Well, it was also
I'm the
in
only
movie.
one who's out on that, I think.
Exactly.
And can we get some clarification on Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan? Is that Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan or Star Trek Into Darkness?
Shh. It's a good thing Rebecca's not here. She doesn't know this stuff. Shh.
Oh,
right.
That's lit.
A little bit more housekeeping. There is a fake Geek Show merchandise link, I guess is the best way to put it, store out there. Do not buy from them. I've seen them only on Facebook so far, but our merch store is not open yet. All right, so if you're seeing it on Facebook or anywhere else, the white hoodie is the sign that this is not the right one. Only our store will be open soon, and we'll tell you all about it. Until then,
It isn't.
don't buy merchandise online that's got the Geek Show logo on it. That's a fraud. Okay.
It's not our old Teespring one, is it?
No.
Okay.
Because it's got our new logo on it.
Who's behind that? That's very suspicious.
Don't know, but they are very sophisticated and evil. So don't buy from them.
You have a rifle. You have an evil nemesis.
I've got many. Sarah.
That is, yeah, that is
Trust me.
Yeah, but this is a financial
A
nemesis.
financial nemesis.
Dude, congratulations. Not too many people get those. Usually it's
I'm
just
trying to
physical.
bring light
Listen.
to every situation here.
That's
Listen.
usually in the family.
If you'd like to talk about my enemies, we'll do it on the Patreon
Yeah.
afterward.
Okay, I'm gonna write this down. We're talking. What was the first thing that we said? We're gonna do your federal trial and then your
Federal
enemy.
Trial and
We have a
Alright.
theme forming.
Coming up. All right, let's get back to some news. Some more news out of San Diego Comic-Con. Invincible Season 2.
Yes.
We got a trailer for it. We got a good look at it. But as the content pipelines go under the microscope because of the strikes, Amazon has decided to split the second season of Invincible into 2 chapters. Now, they were only planning on doing 8 episodes anyway. So you're going to get 4. We'll wait a while, and then you'll get 4 more. But before that, on July 21st, we're going to get an Atom Eve origin episode. That will premiere on July 21st and screen the same day. So
Can we
look
get a
for
can
it.
we get a
Wait,
show
that
of
was
hands
yesterday.
of like who all here has actually read Invincible? Me, big. Oh, nice. It's perfect. Like it is how
Yeah.
comic book things in some formats should be. It is literally like sometimes a shot for shot, story beat for story beat,
Oh, it's just-
exact
yeah.
duplicate. It's great.
Well, I mean,
Oh, Tony's
you've got.
here in the comments.
Oh, Tony's there. Hi, Tony.
Sorry,
I
James.
found enough
Let's
signal
continue.
to check in. Looking good, guys,
Yeah, he's like up in the woods or something like that. Anyway.
on purpose.
But yeah, I mean, I think what they did was they looked at the comic book and said, "Well, there's your story. Let's just go with that." You know, I mean, that's
We can save money on storyboarding.
That's
exactly
right. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah, it's great.
Anyway, so look for that on
And,
Amazon.
and it's got Peter Cullen in season 2 doing a voice.
Do we know which one?
They did say, I don't remember.
Speaking of Peter Cullen, which leads us to a Transformers discussion. Egg, I need to know
Yeah.
that transformable Grimlock toy that I see out there. It
The
transforms on
$1,500
its own. It is $1,500.
Yeah.
I know
Is that-
you though.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should see it, Sarah. It's amazing. It transforms itself
Is it
and makes
$1,500 amazing?
and it makes noise. You press the button and it goes from being the dinosaur to the robot and then back again.
You
Oh,
don't
that's
press a button,
pretty
you
cool.
talk to it.
Oh, you talk to it.
Yes,
Is that
that's
how
what
it
It
it's
works?
takes commands, dude.
Yeah. Or
What?
you can use your phone.
That's a robot. I paid $1,500 for a robot.
Yeah, I've already got the Optimus Prime and
Which-
the trailer.
Which is great looking and does a
Yeah.
great job of doing that whole thing.
they're
But this Grimlock is like they upped the
Here-
game.
Here's the thing. Pictures of it in robot mode leaked early, and everyone assumed it couldn't transform just because it looks so good.
Oh.
And then the videos came out and it showed it transforming. And everyone was, whoa.
That,
So I
that's
haven't pre-ordered it
expectations
yet.
Real low. That's like kind of.
It's supposed to come out in
Interesting.
November, and I won't be here then, so I don't have
You'll-
an address where I will be. So I'm
Send
like,
it to your folks' house, you know.
yeah, that's what I should do.
I look
Or
forward
just
to
send it to
seeing.
my house. It might just be lightly opened, but it's fine.
Yeah, we'll take care of it for you. If you haven't seen this video, Sarah, do yourself
Okay,
a favor.
I will
You'll see it.
look it right up.
You'll be amazed. Also, news out of San Diego Comic-Con. Okay, I'm probably the only one watching Walking Dead: Dead City because it stars. Yeah, it's on AMC because it's got my two favorite characters from Walking Dead on the show, and it takes place in New York, right? So I've been watching it. It's just 6 episodes, right? I've been enjoying it okay. But there's AMC is so happy with this and with Daryl Dixon, which has not even been on TV yet. Season 2 has already been approved for both of these.
Oh, he got his own finally?
Yeah, his is ready to go, and they've just I think it's let's see, I'm looking for the premiere date, September
Yeah, I've seen-
10th, I believe, right?
Photos of big banners for it at Comic-Con. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I mean-
sure it would have been promoted there.
Yeah, I mean it premieres on September 10th, Sarah, and they've already agreed to a season 2, and it's
The man can do
Daryl.
no wrong.
It's Daryl in Paris, which okay.
How did he get there?
That's
I
the
wonder.
question.
Cool.
I think they're going to spend the entire first season exploring that. How
They
did he
need
get
to.
here?
I need an explanation. You've already hooked me.
Well, I mean,
need
let's
to
make a couple
solve this
speculations.
mystery.
Maybe a boat, some kind of nautical device, a plane.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe he teleports.
Maybe they walked. They waited till
Maybe they
wintertime, like
walked.
across the Alaskan Channel. I mean, through Sarah Palin's backyard.
Yes.
Into
She can
Russia.
see Russia.
Well, I think it'd be more interesting if he was in Russia, but I'll take Paris anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they've already approved those, and the new series with Rick and Michonne, which is like an 8-episode thing or a 6-episode thing.
Is that still happening?
It's I mean, it was originally planned as a movie,
As a movie, yeah.
and now they decided to make it into a like a mini series, and it's called The Walking Dead: The Ones Who Live, and that's coming eventually.
know why
Which,
they're
if
doing
you
it.
know the theme of The Walking Dead, that title is kind of an oxymoron because, like, The Walking Dead are actually the people
The
that
living
survived
people.
the zombie
Mhm.
apocalypse.
Mhm.
So you know why they're doing a series instead of a movie? Residuals are cheaper on that.
Really,
That's my bet.
no.
anything to screw the actors, right?
Yeah.
All right, so there's that going on. We're also getting a John Wick prequel event series, The Continental. We've talked about it before, but we've got a debut date, September 22nd. It's called The Continental from the World of John Wick. And it's a episode thing, September 22nd, September 29th, and then October 6th.
Is it like
This
an
is a
anthology
series.
What? Let me see. The prequel, let's see. We'll explore the origin behind the iconic hotel for assassins at the center of the John Wick universe, and seen through the eyes and actions of a young man named Winston Scott as he's dragged into the hellscape of 1970s New York to face a past he thought he'd left behind.
Ooh, it's a period.
Yeah, Scott is a key figure in the Wick series. He is the manager of the hotel and played by Ian McShane. Colin Waddell will play young Scott in the series. The cast has got some other people. Oh, Mel Gibson. Okay, I'll pass.
What streaming service is it going to be on?
It says Peacock, it says here.
Interesting.
So there you go. If you're
This is a
gonna watch
universe that I wouldn't mind knowing more about. You know,
Looks like
I
you're
know
gonna.
just enough to make it interesting and fun, but
Aspirational assassin universe.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to learn more about it. And more of this news coming out. The strikes are really screwing things up all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that in a bad way because I support the people on strike, the writers and the actors.
Absolutely.
But where there is a void, there will always be something to fill it. A void filler.
Yep.
The Golden
What's the
Bachelor.
opposite of a void? I'm going to Google that.
Google that, would you? Let us know. But you'd think with the success of Barbie that Netflix would go, we have a toy-based property. They're not going to do, they had the rights to it, but they're not going to do the live-action Masters of the Universe movie. And it's been in development for some time.
Years, yeah.
And they even had a cast. This guy, Kyle Allen, was going to play He-Man. He was cast like a year ago. That's how long this has been, cooking. They said that they've spent like close to $30 million already just in development costs. But Netflix went, maybe not. Because some people are saying it's actually twice that. It's more like 60,000, according
swipe
to
left.
source
Yep.
from Variety.
They are continuing their animated series they have.
Yeah, the animated series, that's the one written by Kevin Smith.
Yep.
Or produced anyway. He doesn't write all of them. But I think it was their recent stock drop. That's just me guessing. I don't know. I'm just a high school graduate.
But if they produce an incredible movie, maybe the stock goes up.
Exactly.
Is that how math works? I don't know.
I don't know. There was a big article about it in Variety, really inside baseball. I only understood about half of it. I should have had lawyer Mike read it to me and explain it.
I just don't understand why people back off the mound from. We're in the age of nostalgia right now, right? Like
Yeah.
this is it's the closest you can get to making sequels without having to pay the royalties to make sequels and
Exactly.
the original actors. And so it always weirds me out when somebody backs off the mound with something. I mean, look at it. We got Barbie, right? And it's contending with a original content movie, which is Oppenheimer. I literally just saw like a breakdown, like what you would see during the election cycle, but states that went to either see Oppenheimer more or Barbie more, and it's a split, just like how you would think it would split. But yeah, it's nuts. Why would you back off of something like that?
Well, Netflix dropped it, and Mattel says that they are, now that it's back in there, they have the rights again. They're searching for a new producing distribution partner. So
I
you'll
think
get it
Jay
eventually, but
in the comments is probably accurate. Tax write-off for Netflix, and Warner Brothers has done that. I'm sure everyone has done that in the past, but that very well could be it.
yep, I wouldn't be, Jay, that sounds about right. I wouldn't be a damn bit surprised. I mean, you will get a live-action Masters of the Universe movie eventually, but James, you're right. Now is really the time that you should.
You've already got a good one. Sorry, I can't.
You
Get the reference.
you like that one?
Oh no, it's so bad.
It really is.
Oh, I couldn't say that with a straight face. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Has
you're
there already
good.
been one that came out?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren is He-Man.
Yeah.
Courtney Cox.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
shit.
She's.
She's really young. Yeah.
But is it
Frank
Frank
Langella.
Frank
Yes.
Langella as Skeletor is actually pretty good.
Oh, he's so good.
Because he's Frank Langella. He can
And he's
do
the
just
only one
about
who
anything.
knows what's going on in that movie.
Exactly.
Does he do the voice?
No, he
it's
doesn't
live
do.
action.
He doesn't do the good voice. That's the He-Man Skeletor voice that I love, but he doesn't do it.
What's the point? What's the point of any of this if he doesn't do the voice?
That's why we need a new one that
Exactly.
does it correctly.
My dream project would have been the animated Skeletor and the animated Cobra Commander team up to just be the worst stupid villains ever in an animated thing.
They need their own show.
Yes. Like they're roommates.
We're going to buy a bunch of
Yeah.
crack houses and raise the interest rate across America.
Skeletor, you've been eating my breakfast cereal.
You know I love the grape nuts. I don't know. What
I
this
had a
sounds
bowl. Goodbye for now.
like. You know I couldn't
need
eat it
all of
without
it.
sugar.
I have nothing under my jaw. It just falls right through because I'm. No. Anyway, sorry.
Told you
Starscream
to
is
bring
their
your
neighbor.
best knapsack.
And Starscream would be their neighbor. Thank you.
Oh my god, this is so good.
Oh, I'm sad that
What
voice
we
actor
just
passed away.
read.
This is a great show. Mike, let's get this going. All right, got to get my lawyer on the phone.
We can call ourselves the Geek Show Benchwarmers.
Oh, I love it.
I like it. Let's see. All right. Greetings from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Thank you, Frankie. Good to see you. All right. Let's see. Oh, now this sounds. I'm all for adult animated comedies. I love them, but this really does sound terrible. I know. Show me what you got is always
Like
the
good
Geek Show
terrible or bad
philosophy.
terrible?
It sounds bad. It's called, let's see, Web 3, and it's inspired. It's inspired by Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. Right away, you lost me.
Oh no, you got me.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see if this might be
Google
for you,
some.
Egg. Let's see. So
Yeah.
it's T.J. Miller and John Heder will be the voices, the stars. It is from Studio Toonstar. It's called Fortune 3. So you got T.J. Miller portraying a character inspired by Sam Bankman-Fried, the alleged it says alleged here, the alleged fraudster and founder of cryptocurrency exchange FTX and the Alameda research trading firm. Both companies collapsed in 2022, filed for bankruptcy before its CEO faced more than 12 criminal charges related to fraud and conspiracy. Heder, a partner at Web3 agency Verified Labs, will voice alongside Amber Rose, who appears as a recurring guest star. The storylines advance in Fortune 3, the game's corresponding chat mode. Okay, so this is a companion piece to this comedy thing. All right, so you got
Is it comedy?
you got the cartoon comedy, right? Let's see. Company executives, they're also set to release an AI-powered companion game of the same name alongside of the series.
Oh, good.
Okay. All right.
Good
So-
peripherals.
The company is calling this an industry first.
Yeah.
It
ended
and
last.
it'll be bet
And hopefully
on
last.
arrival.
Yes, yes, it will.
Yeah.
Next,
it
they're going to
says-
come out with a board game, a
Yeah,
topical cream.
Yeah.
I'll
This
take the
is
cream.
like a game for people who are investors or something. Like, it's
Well-
not for me. That's
well-
what I know. It's not for me.
Well, listen to this. This is
But it could be.
this is the co-founder of the animation group Toonstar, CEO, who said in a statement about this show and about the companion game with it. Today's entertainment consumers expect more than one-sided passive entertainment. They want to participate in the storytelling. Do they, though?
No. I want someone to tell me what's happening.
Yes.
I don't want to participate.
If social media has taught us anything, it's that everybody does have a voice, but not everybody's meant to be listened to. And
Thank
people's
you.
ability
Right.
storytelling,
Yes. James is correct.
maybe
Uh,
nope.
They want to
No.
participate in the storytelling and engage with other fans in a way that begins to resemble gaming models. In addition to greater fan engagement, our interactive form of storytelling can serve as a model for Hollywood to uncover new entertainment franchises and unlock new revenue streams. Boy, it sounds hilarious, doesn't it?
They
gosh,
have
there's so
taken
many-
MMOs and applied it to visual content, and that sounds like the worst to me.
I have a chart written down right here. Anybody want to place some bets?
I'm just like
for
so many marketing
TTHD?
buzzwords right there. I'm
I
just
know.
like,
Yeah.
I
This
nearly
thing is
choked on them
scam.
all.
I stopped listening. I'm very
What's the
sorry.
synergy rating?
Exactly.
What about the SEO optimization of something like this? How could it affect our bottom line
Yeah.
by Black
How
Friday?
do you get to be a Six Sigma black belt while playing this game?
And why do I get the feeling they're also screwing over writers this way? You know?
Oh, for sure.
And it sounds to me, it's like they saw the FTX thing and said, we're going to do that. So they're just scamming some investors using as many buzzwords as they can.
They saw Quibi and they said, how can we make this worse? So
That being said, in about 3 weeks, we are launching Geekshow Coin. You're going to see a heavy spike followed by a heavy dip. If I could get everybody to just invest, you know,
$5 million off
pennies
the top.
on the cents, it would be great.
Frankie, cite your source for that before I repeat that story, would you? You see that in the chat? Cite your source, Frankie. All right, because I know they're making announcements at Comic-Con right now, but I want a
But the
source.
studios aren't there.
Like that to be true.
The studios are presenting stuff, but they're just not doing it with actors. It's the producers that are showing up.
Well, like DC's, the motion pictures, like they pulled out. They're just like, yeah, we're just not going to show anything. And they did a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
I assume predicting the strike.
probably.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what happened during the last strike. During the last strike, we saw the rise of reality TV. It's just like I said, like every time there's a void, there's a fill
Thank you.
that void, and it's it's just going to be interesting to see what fills the void this year. And thankfully, the strike is not happening on an election year. Can you imagine?
Oh man.
Mike is here.
The correspondents
Mike.
having to write their own speeches.
Oh my goodness.
Lawyer Mike,
you know-
our idea for our show is Skeletor and Cobra Commander are roommates, and their next door neighbor is Starscream. So that's why you've been summoned.
Get some magic for Carrie, please.
Let's secure some rights. Let's do this. All right.
James, I want that election. I want to see them talking without writers. That's what I want to see.
My
Because
opponent's
it would be
bad.
incredible. It would be
Everybody-
amazing.
Everybody
Yeah.
says he's bad. I'm good. All good things come from me. All bad things come from him. And then cut to the other one. My bad
Exactly.
things are actually good things that he says the bad things is. All bad, no good.
That sounds perfect.
All right. Well, let's go from that awful FTX TV series or whatever the hell that was to something good. I think
Please.
these 3 words are magic words. All right. Giant, robot, Hellboy.
I'm into it.
I told you they are. Yes. It's exactly these. I saw these 3 words on the headline, and I went, "How can you
How
go
have I
wrong
not
with
seen
that?"
this already?
Mike Mignola and artist Duncan Fegredo.
Nailed it.
All right, thanks. A 3-issue miniseries, Giant Robot Hellboy. Just Google image Giant Robot Hellboy, and you'll see some of the mock-ups for it. He has decided that this is going to be a comic book he's going to make. First issue will drop from Dark Horse Comics in October, featuring a variant cover by Mignola and Stewart. The second issue will feature a variant cover by Shaolin cowboy artist Jeff Darrow, and issue number 3, a variant cover by Art Adams, who loves his monsters.
Yes. I'm looking at this artwork.
Isn't it cool? Mike Mignola said in a statement, "Giant Robot Hellboy is my very obvious nod to all those giant Japanese monster movies, which I actually have no particular love for. What I do love is listening to Jeff Darrow and Art Adams talk about these movies. So really, I guess the series is inspired by those guys.
That's cute.
But Giant Robot Hellboy, just look it up, folks.
Oh, that reminds me. We probably would have gotten the first real news about the Godzilla TV series Apple is doing.
Oh, yeah. What do we know about that?
Nothing.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
going to be. We were probably going to see something this week, but they pulled out.
Oh, because everybody pulled out.
Yeah.
Gregor says that news, Frankie, is from a troll account. So I knew it.
But
It was too good to be true. That's why I didn't mention it.
wish it, want it, manifest it. Am I right? If we all just get
Action figure of
together
this
and say
giant
some
Put it
kind
in
of
the
wow for
universe.
ourselves,
Exactly.
it'll work.
Let's see. Okay. Since everyone is at the movie theaters this weekend, here's a story about movie theaters. Hang on, I'm making a quick note here.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is
story
it that
about movie.
AMC one?
The AMC story,
Yeah.
yes. Because we told you about this when they announced it, and I had a feeling that it was either going to fail spectacularly or something. They have decided that charging different prices for different seats is a terrible idea. AMC
What?
theaters.
That's crazy. It's almost
Yeah.
like
Could have-
classism.
Helped them for free with that.
I hope whoever proposed that idea was fired.
I hope
Keep
so
your
too.
capitalism out of my movie theater.
At the time, AMC said preferred seats would be located in the middle of the theater, costing customers a slight premium fee.
They're
in
doing airplane rules with
Exactly.
movie theaters.
in contrast to its least costly value tier seats for their front row. And so what they've decided to do is, instead of doing that, they're going to make all of their theaters those recliner seat theaters. Which, okay.
So
I have
that
a
they
be-
can charge more for tickets?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a better suggestion. Just make the entire experience more pleasurable, because I saw a movie this week, which I will tell you about later, and the projection was not as bright as it could be, and it was dim. They think they're saving money doing that, but they're not. They're just making the experience bad and making
Worse.
me not want
Here's
to go
thing.
to the theaters.
Those bulbs are really hard to replace, and they can blow up on you.
Well, I imagine, but I couldn't see the movie
Yeah.
very well. It was that dim.
Something that would improve my experience is to have adjustable walls.
That's what I was going to
between-
say.
Yeah.
I've never seen a movie theater. They need to have like how if you've ever been to a Real game, they have like boxed seats, and like they need to have an entire theater that's just a wall of boxes, like
Yeah.
a bunch of people's like terraces in their apartment buildings.
Oh,
That'd be
like it.
awesome.
And for sound, the acoustics
Yeah.
would probably be better.
We'll have speakers in the room. You know what I mean? Like surrounding you. I'd pay
I would
like
pay more for that.
$50 for a seat in there. Yeah, that's fine.
I like
Whatever.
All right, so there you go.
Have it get
AMC.
warmer the deeper into Oppenheimer you get. It's fine.
And finally, this: do you like DreamWorks animation projects so much that you'd go to an amusement park, like Shrekland or Trolls Land or Kung Fu Panda Land or Gabby's Dollhouse?
As
Maybe someone likes those, and it's not me. Someone
as
does.
a
Someone
as a
does.
dude who has 2 toddlers and fell off the DreamWorks bandwagon until Puss in Boots, that last one that just came out, which is fantastic, by the way.
Yes, I
Um,
agree.
My kids, if they saw any of the trolls in real life, I'd have to bring their brown pants. It is, I think something like this is made exclusively for parents to like be able to just tune them out for just like a day.
Yeah, this would be, I think, a one-day visit. But
This is gonna be a bunch of minions.
Oh boy,
Is that
no.
DreamWorks?
is that DreamWorks?
I don't know.
That's
Hang on.
Sony.
Let me take a look at the
Oh.
story.
It has all the music in it.
It's coming to Orlando, so I won't go. But NBC Universal Theme Park, part of the Universal Destinations and Experience Division, says that it will open a themed land based on DreamWorks intellectual property. So
What
it's
year
all
did they lose the Marvel rights?
That's a good question. Let's see. NBC Universal has been leaning into its IP as it develops its theme parks in Orlando, with a particular focus on family-friendly IP. Last month it opened a Minion-themed land in Orlando, so that's a different thing. And earlier this year, the company announced plans to build 100 acres in Frisco, Texas. They're building someplace.
okay.
What is that?
Because everyone wants to go to Frisco, Texas.
I was going to say 2 states I don't want to go to,
Yeah.
Texas and Florida. Universal has also been aggressive with its acquired theme park IP. It remains the only theme park in Orlando that has the rights to Marvel comic characters, much to Disney's chagrin, I'm sure. And it has multiple Harry Potter-themed lands, and they're very popular, those Harry Potter-themed
And
lands.
Frisco is just right outside of Dallas.
Yeah, just
Just
north of
outside.
it.
Yeah.
Ugh, I hate Dallas. Butthole of Texas.
Let me Google butthole of Texas.
And just to be fair-
No, you'll-
I grew up.
A picture of Greg Abbott will appear. I'm sorry, it will not.
Yeah, I grew up in Houston, so
Somebody's
okay.
gotta
Oh,
go to the
boy, okay.
doctor.
Oh, that's like
yeah,
feuding
yeah.
cities, right? I can relate. It was always Spanish Fork versus Salem. Anyway, sorry.
And then it morphed into Spanish Fork versus Springville, man. And now
I know,
they're one and
right?
the same.
Yep. There's also a Simpsons theme land, a Nintendo theme land there in Hollywood, Florida. And the theme parks, so they're building DreamWorks. So it'll be Shrekland, probably. Shark Tale, Madagascar,
Yeah,
Shrek.
What about
Shrek,
Dreamland?
Madagascar was DreamWorks.
I
Trying to think what else. DreamWorks coming up, it always just felt like the off-brand Pixar to me.
Agreed.
You know,
Yeah.
they had
absolutely.
and then Sony came out and dude, their music in Sony movies. I don't care what people say. That new Grinch movie with Benedict Cumberbatch, he's not the meanest Grinch, but my gosh, it's so good.
Is it?
But
It's okay.
yeah,
Okay.
no, but you're right, James. That new Puss in Boots movie, I totally enjoyed.
I've heard
made
good
you
things
feel.
about it.
Okay, yeah. Universal Studios is closing the Spider-Man ride next year that they have.
How much
Oh,
money
yeah,
did
they're
they give
losing
them
the
for
Marvel
that?
rights.
Yeah.
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anyway, let's move on. Let's find out what you've been consuming this week. Who wants to go first?
Oh, I'll go first. Oh my gosh, freaking Star Trek, man. Gosh, dang it. That Captain
Welcome.
Pike.
Welcome to
Oh,
church.
he's like, my gosh, it's like it takes me back to like old school Next Generation, where it's like dude, hold on, it's like every episode, especially in that first season, could be a movie, like the plot to a movie. You know what I mean? And then like I'm halfway through the episode, and I actually I stop and I actually appreciate how much effort it's like we have. I'm not saying writers back in the day didn't care. I'm saying like maybe producers back in the day didn't really care. They were all in it for the bottom line. But now it's like we have these writers that care so much, and we have so much thought. Not saying that the old writers didn't put thought into it, but now it's like we have people that grew up on Star Trek that are like, okay, they made their own fan fiction in their head. Now they have the opportunity to make their own thing. And dude.
So
The fan fiction's good?
are you caught up on Strange New Worlds, or are you just
No, I ate that first season twice so fast.
Wow.
And I realized like going into the second season, I'm doing an episode a day. I just got done with the they sent her back in time with Kirk. And,
okay. You're almost caught up then.
dude.
The self-restraint to only watch one episode a day, James. I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, a lot of self-deprecation, and I watch it in the bathtub. I have to be in the most ideal environment when I watch it. I love taking
And the
baths. They're
bathtub
like
is correct.
single-person hot tubs.
I love everything about it. It's just so pretty, and that ship is my new favorite Enterprise, and it's just fabulous.
Where do I go to from here? Should I? Because I watched a couple of episodes of Discovery. I loved the original. I watched the first two episodes of Discovery. I loved that captain, and then when they switched to Draco Malfoy's dad, I'm like, nah, not my captain. I want her back.
Well, I was going to say
it's
it's
really good. That season's great.
Yeah, she will come back. You should go back and give it another try because she comes back. The story's really about Michael Burnham, though. It's her show, and she is a great captain. Well,
but the thing
she
I
will
like
eventually
most,
become a great captain.
the thing I like most about Strange New Worlds is like just like in Next Generation, it's about them exploring. You know, it's like as much as I want to get to know the characters, it's like show me the characters in this bigger universe. So like, and Picard. Don't get me wrong. Like I watched it when it first came out. I watched the whole first season. It to me felt like. Did you ever see like Dumb and Dumber when that came out and it became like a parody of itself? Like if you wait too long for something, it almost becomes like a parody of itself, and it's like a meme.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, remember when he said the thing? I liked Picard.
Picard. I liked the first season. Season 2 was, but I still liked it. But season 3 was a bit of genius, though.
Could I
you
do
watched the
1 and then
original
3?
series?
What's that, Egg?
Have you watched the original series?
Good question.
Next Generation?
No,
No,
the original series. Star Trek
Star Trek, the original series.
with Shatner.
Who's on first base?
You know,
What's on second?
the ones from the 60s is what we're talking about.
Oh, that actually, I'm glad that we're on here right now. Okay, in Brave New Worlds, because we're going to come back to this. In the beginning, like right at the end of the theme song, it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
That's
original?
the original theme.
They
It's
sampled
a
it.
nod. Yes. What you need to do is start watching the original series with it, and then listen to Rebecca and I's podcast, The Companion, The Space Show, because she's never seen the original series either. And so she's discovering it for the first time because, just like you, she was inspired by Strange New Worlds
So good.
to join the church. So
But I'm pretty sure they switched the Gorns, right?
made him a little different, yes.
I'd like to see old school Kirk fight the new Gorn. That'd be interesting. Now, is that also on Paramount Plus, the old series?
Oh, yeah. It should be right next to your Strange New Worlds selection.
I mean, probably. I'm like a Clydesdale with blinders, man. Like when I am looking for something, it's like I have part-time dyslexia. I have to like uber focus on the thing that I'm looking for. But no, yeah. So all Star Trek for me. As soon as Invincible comes out, I'm gonna eat that as if somebody bet me I couldn't. That's what I got going on. That's
Awesome.
me.
All right, Sarah.
Breaking news.
Oh, Egg.
DC just announced Justice League vs. Godzilla and Kong series. series
Okay.
Why?
in October.
But why?
Comic
Why?
books, right? Comic
Yes,
books.
yes.
Why?
Okay, all right.
They
Because
ran out of ideas.
Because you can, it's just
Yeah.
it's just like when IDW or whoever, when they did Star Trek and the X-Men meet,
Yeah.
it's because you can. That's why you do
But
it.
it's like they have a ball bag full of tennis balls, and they have things written on it
Yeah.
like colors
Which one?
and actions, and it's like let's just pick from the ball bag.
I assume it's synergy because that's probably when the Godzilla series is coming out.
Probably.
Coordination.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
All right,
it's marketing synergies.
Sarah, you want to go next? What did you consume this week?
No, she
I
has to go
consume-
last because she has to talk about Barbie.
Oh,
Barbie and Oppenheimer.
I'll go quick.
I'll
I'll
go
go quick.
last.
Like I've been following a lot of the Comic-Con news. They released now that the Transformers: Rise of the Beast is on digital. There's some cut scenes, and one of them featured Peter Cullen, who is the voice of Optimus Prime, as a hologram driving the truck, which would have been
Oh, that's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, that would have been so cool. But
Oh,
yeah, it's just like the previs kind of work on it.
That's dope.
And then let's see, Bleach is back because I love my animes. So
so there you go.
that's about it for me. Yeah.
All right, Sarah, please.
I did the Oppenheimer and Barbie double
Barbenheimer.
feature, Barbenheimer, and the night before, I let slip to my boyfriend that I'd never seen Barbarian, so I did watch Barbarian and then Barbenheimer the next day.
Barbarianheimer.
Barbarianheimer, and yeah, it was real. It was spooky. It was real spooky. It was real. fucking
Barbarian. Oh, it stays.
Barbarian.
It stays with you.
Oh, all night I was thinking about it, and that's great at 3 a.m. when it starts. Yeah, very cool.
Oh yeah.
So Oppenheimer, very serious crowd. Everyone was real serious during.
Did they watch it like this?
Really, yeah, lots of like that. So, okay, noises. I think it was good. Chris Nolan. There was no point in the film when I found myself like wandering thoughts and bored and thinking of other. I was 100% focused the entire time. And Rebecca tweeted a little bit of this, but there are some things with like trials isn't the word, like discovery committee, I don't know what you want to call it, going on, and I guess some folks found that boring, but it's
so
directly
important.
linked into all of his past and stuff. I
Yeah.
thought it was fine. It's
Yeah.
totally fine.
I'm so
Did you-
excited to see it.
Did
Yeah.
you learn things though? That's what I hope to get out of this.
I learned things that I didn't know. I knew a little bit about, this man's journey and how there's, some obviously moral criticism. There's some heavy moral criticism about the things that he did, but he spent the rest of his life disavowing the use of, nuclear weapons. And so he tries to kind of make up for the thing that, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I did learn things. And as someone who not a military girl, not anywhere near anything like that, I found it interesting. I did like it.
Okay.
Barbie, incredible. I cried 3 times at Barbie. And I was not expecting
What?
that. I was like, I'm a big girl here. And I wasn't. It was so good. And it's also like 50% of it is also for boys. It's also for boys. It's it's for boys in a way. Like, it's really fun. I think if I were a guy going to see this movie, like, when I have to go see Barbie with my girlfriend, and then what happened on screen happened, I would be really stoked about it.
I would
So
think
if-
so, yeah.
If I have a 4, almost 5-year-old, should I
Yes.
wait?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was PG-13.
I don't care. Who cares? Brady
Oh, okay.
would be here.
There's
You don't need to take your kid.
well,
You
I
don't
just,
need to take your kid, but there is enough of a message I think that kids can absorb. I'm not a parent. If you think that your kids can't, understand maybe what's going on, maybe,
listen,
but I
my
think there's-
wife loves those like detective death podcasts. So,
Yep.
she's
Why-
probably already pretty
fine.
desensitized. I'm more just like, okay, are there like, obviously there's no nudity. There's probably no violence, I would assume.
There's no violence. I don't think there's any like sexual references or jokes.
Oh, even if there's jokes, they'll go right over her head. She's
Yeah,
really
they
short.
will.
But okay, I'm
I
just
think
making
it's
sure
really
because
fun.
I love taking her. Like, I took her to the Mario movie. She loved that.
Mhm.
She sat still the whole time. I made sure to go like early morning during the day, double checking like how many people are in the theater and sitting really far away just in case. She loved it. But I want to take her to Barbie so much because her favorite colors. She's loves
Do
pink,
it.
loves purple.
Do it. Go.
Okay, this is good to
Have
know.
her go on a little shopping spree, get her a little pink dress and bows and whatever.
That's such
Help
a good
her dress
idea.
up,
No.
have fun with the kids with it. And the Barbie crowd was it's the most incredible crowd I've been in a movie after Endgame. And
Really?
that
Nice.
was like top-notch movie quality, like folks around having an incredible time. This one, there were kids, there were young people, and everyone was screaming, laughing, like having a great time with their neighbors, not in a way that was disruptive. It was like the perfect movie going experience. And I hope that other people's theaters were like that too.
Now, a friend of mine said that, and he's a younger guy, and he went to see it with his new wife, and he said all the same things that you did, all these great things, but he also threw this in, and that it kind of stuck with me. When he said, "I learned some things from this movie that make me want to be a better guy."
Oh, yeah. That's
And
why
I
you
went-
guys need to go see it. Not
and
that
I
you
went-
need to be better men, but you do. But you guys should also, yeah, guys, honestly, there were moments that touched on my experience lived as a woman, reflected at me on screen that I didn't realize could be captured in a way. And it made me cry. It made me have some real feelings. And knowing that, like, my boyfriend was right next to me, also understanding probably like, oh, this is what it's like for girls, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it's something for everyone. I would
Yeah.
say. It's very, very
So
good.
that's what I would say. I'm looking forward to it. I'm real excited to see it.
I can't
So-
wait to hear your thoughts.
Because I don't want to go too into spoilers, is there a movie that you can compare it to that, like, is it at all, like, when I think of Barbie, it's like, is it any way, shape, or form comparable to, like, the Lego movie?
I have not seen the Lego movie.
Oh, never
I'm
mind.
very sorry. I've not seen it. I've only heard everything is awesome, which is an incredible.
Okay, first off, you got to
sign.
change your life.
Okay, I will get my life right. and do that for you.
I get the feeling. I mean, I don't know. I get the feeling that the Barbie movie may be a one of a kind of a thing right now.
Yeah.
You know
Awesome.
what? I can relate it to a little bit. Everything Everywhere All at Once with the mother-daughter relationship a tiny bit in a very particular couple scenes. And that's why I think daughters and mothers, or just children and mothers, should see it. It really touched my heart. So
Oh, there we go.
yeah.
All right. During the downtime when you're a witness for a federal trial, you have time to go to a movie theater and see a movie. So I decided to avail myself of going to see the new Indiana Jones movie, which, again, that was the movie I was talking about that was not bright enough to see what was going on because they were trying to save money on their... Anyway, I liked it. I don't know why everyone's having a problem with this movie.
I heard it was better than
the last one, which I think is a significant improvement.
I mean, I liked Crystal Skull okay. I went back and re-examined it. Yeah, I mean, I saw it in the theaters and then went away, and then I decided since this new one's coming out, I'll take a look at it. Crystal Skull was fine, but this one is quite good. I quite enjoyed it. I don't know why everyone is having a problem with it. Go to a good movie theater and see it.
Everyone I know who's seen it has really liked it.
I know, and it didn't do well at the box office because of a bunch of trolls online who's
I also did not. I didn't see a bunch of advertising before this movie.
Oh, I saw a ton of it.
Oh, and that I might just not be in like the target.
You're probably not
market
in the
for
direct,
advertising.
because they know you have little girls or something. But the trolls were
I
upset
got a lot of
because
Barbie though.
the trolls were upset because there's a woman in our movie. Well, guess what? There's been a woman in every one of your goddamn movies. Shut up.
Indiana Jones is
Wasn't there a
woke.
woman in one of them that outdrank like a Russian guy?
Oh, yes, the
Yes.
first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marion.
The Nepalese. Yeah. Marion
Yeah.
does it.
Great
Um,
scene.
This
Interesting.
will probably be the last time we get to see in theater Harrison Ford premiering in Indiana Jones.
Which is that
Maybe not.
I'm trying to process as like somebody who's dealing with his own mortality. Is that like a bad thing? You know what I mean?
I think
because
it's a significant. He's an
Exactly.
all-time
oh yeah, super significant.
significant.
Yeah, oh yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
I don't know a
and,
bad thing.
and that's
Yeah,
and
is it
that's,
going to be like James Bond, where it's like we're getting a new
Yes.
one? Do you think?
Oh, that's my.
And do you want a
speculation.
younger one, or do you want like an aged one?
everyone is trying to say that we'll never have another Indiana Jones thing again. To which I tell them,
Impossible.
no,
Impossible.
it'll happen.
It,
It's
This
made
is,
its
this is
money
the
back.
time that
Yeah.
capitalism's on our side.
Yeah.
Use the
yeah,
word
the
against us.
consumer.
But the themes about dealing with your own mortality are very prevalent through this, and that's what makes it resonate
Interesting. Okay.
really well. Because I mean, here's Indy. He's
He's not trying to be 30 years old in this
No.
movie, I'm sure.
No, I mean, he has to eventually get on the adventure train, but he's his life is he's retired and it's not great.
Who's like the antagonist? I was gonna say like it's
Mads
not
Mikkelsen.
Skarsgård.
Mads Mikkelsen as
Mads Mikkelsen.
as
Is
a
it still
Nazi.
Nazis? Okay.
What? Okay.
It's punching Nazis, all right?
Uh-huh.
The first 20 minutes is they de-aged his face, and again, I don't know why people are complaining about that. I thought it looked great. But of course, I was in a dim theater, so...
The technology on that is fine. When
Yes.
Star Wars, when they did that with people hated it. And I was like, it's fine, guys. It's really okay.
They're
It's okay.
getting so much better at it. So much
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah.
They de-aged both him and Mads Mikkelsen so that they're younger. And Toby Kebbell is in that sequence. It's the first 20 minutes of the movie. Very good. Oh, he's good too. I thought everybody was terrific in this movie, and it worked out well at the end. I just love the way that it ended. It was like, okay. we can say goodbye to Harrison satisfactorily. Good luck. And in another 5 years, they'll announce a new
Someone
Indy and a
else.
new project. And
Holland as Indiana Jones.
the new Indiana Jones right now is probably 12 years old.
Oh boy. Now I've been confronted with my mortality with those words you just said. Oh,
Yeah,
and
man.
Disney's just checking the Lost and Found Kid edition at one of their parks, and they're just like, "All right, so we need a new Indiana Jones. Which one of you little kids want to be Indiana Jones?"
So I say go see it in the theater. Go see it in the theater. If you can't get your Barbie tickets, go see this. Anyway, I'm also watching this show because, as some of you know, I'm madly in love with Amy Poehler, and anything she does, I will be there for.
As you should be.
She is just the narrator of this show. Speaking of your mortality, it's called The Fine Art of Swedish Death Cleaning.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Do I have a new thing I need to be afraid of?
This is
Yes.
okay.
Add it to the list.
Right.
It's a group
Swedish
of
death cleaning.
It's a group of these guys, these people from Sweden. It's 2 women and a guy. One is a psychologist, and the other 2 are like, designers and things like that. And what they do is they come into your house in some cases, after a loved one has
got it.
died, and they help you cope with that and getting rid of the stuff.
They're not the invokers of death.
No, or not getting rid of the stuff. And in some cases, it's not even it's not a person dying. It's like a relationship dying. Yeah. It's that's all I'm going to say about it. Try the first episode. It may not be
Is
for
there
you. But
a company called Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
Yeah, we are here to make the sunshine of the spotless mind all over your drapes.
I don't know if I can watch this show. I think I will cry a lot.
You
Oh,
probably
for
will.
sure.
I did. So, yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
The other thing that I consumed this week, and it is available, again, because of physical media. I keep telling you, physical media. You can buy it digitally now, and it'll be available on Tuesday on Blu-ray. It is the Venture Brothers movie. It is called Radiant is the Blood of the Baboon Heart. And it's also a nice little kind of finishing of the Venture Brothers. Although they're not saying this is the end, you could end on this. Buy the physical media for two reasons. One is that you will own it, and if the streaming service decides to pull all the Venture Brothers, you'll have it. And you get a cool poster when you buy it. See? Remember posters?
I got a Barbie poster yesterday, and I didn't have to pay for it. They just handed it out at the movie theater, which I
So
thought
does
was
the movie
amazing.
theater? Okay, I was gonna say, do they know that you took their poster? Or
I didn't take it.
You're
Someone took it for
describing
me.
theft.
Somehow I have a poster that I didn't pay for. So, anyways, love that.
I'll say this about the Venture Brothers movie. There's a lot of inside Venture Brothers. I think you do need to be a fan to appreciate it. You can't just jump into it, James. You know.
That's what I was going to say is, do you guys ever have a piece of media, whether it's music, a show, something, and you sit on it because you know you're going to enjoy it because everybody that you have similar taste with enjoy it? Venture Brothers is that. It is something that I've just been sitting on. I know I'm going to like it.
What mine is Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad, you're sitting on
I've
it?
never seen Breaking Bad, and I've been saving it for a moment
Well,
in time. I don't know.
Now
yet.
that she has, should she start with Better Call Saul and then watch Breaking Bad?
No. Do it in the order released. And I would say, Sarah, you're going to be okay with Breaking Bad still being around. Venture Brothers, on the other hand, could go away at any moment, which
That
is
is very
why
true.
Everyone raise
the complete series on Blu-ray is the way to go. They've just released that as well. It's all
What
the
is the-
episodes.
What's the elevator pitch for Venture Brothers? What is it?
If you're a fan of comic books and Johnny Quest, and,
I was just gonna say Johnny Quest,
yeah,
I'm in.
and
like
those
adult, grown-up Johnny Quest with
Yeah,
an
those-
ensemble of characters who are
those
the
Saturday
best.
morning, those Saturday morning
Yeah.
cartoon shows that we grew up on. You'll
I'm
love
all
it.
in.
It's a parody of all of those. All right. Anyway, that's good. I think we're. Yes.
Someone mentioned there's no after party link yet in the chat.
Oh, there should be.
It shouldn't be in the chat. It should be on the Patreon.
Oh, it's only on Patreon.
Oh,
Yeah, because that's where we do it. If you're a Patreon member, you have to go there.
Yeah.
And I'm
No,
sure
it's
it got
not there
played.
yet.
Patreon after party link.
The Patreon.
I don't know.
It'll get posted there after this show.
Okay.
Someone will
Yeah.
post it.
Someone will post it, I would think. Tony, post it. Are you still there, buddy?
Somebody needs the mountain call to Tony.
bad signal. Where is?
All right. Well, let's end the podcast here, and then we will make that happen. So jump on over. All right. Beck is a Patreon, I know, and he says it's not there, so we got to figure that out. We'll get it up there and throw it at you. All right. Thank you for being here, Benchwarmers. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Always glad to be here.
Our best wishes to Rebecca and Jay in their trying time, and hopefully they'll be back next week. And live long and prosper, bitches, for the culture.